in areas like this, all frontier markets have challenges. So when people talk about what are the challenges, you're in a frontier market. Infrastructure is less developed. Government and governance is often, a lot more bureaucratic. There's all sorts of red tape. Often taxes and duties are high. That's the nature of emerging markets versus developed markets. But particularly in the region I'm talking about here of South Asia, I think you have even more challenges than North and Southeast Asia. I think the Chinese and the Chinese development story, the Southeast Asian tiger stories, you look at Singapore, you look at Malaysia, you look at what Thailand has done very well. They're very good at fixing the infrastructure problem. They're good at capital spend. They understand you've got to have roads, you've got to have railways, you've got to have good airports and lead economic development with infrastructure. There are lots of other difficulties in doing business for foreigners in those areas, but infrastructure is not one. I think South Asia, the Indian subcontinent, as opposed to sort of Greater China, Southeast Asia, everybody knows that infrastructure is a famous deficit. These economies are not as good as at delivering the infrastructural investments in roads and airports. That's not to say they don't understand the importance, but these are raucous democracies with governance that is often, highly dispersed and fragmented, trying to get agreement, trying to buy the land from private landlords, push through the necessary change that requires, discipline, a stern will, and maybe, to be fair, sometimes a little bit less democratic noise of the population than you get in say, China, makes it difficult. So that's problem number one. The famous red tape and bureaucracy of South Asia is problem number two. And don't kid yourself that that's not still there. There's always talk, we're trying to make it easier for investors to come, to get a license, to operate, to do this, to do that. South Asia is a place with 1 billion laws and 1 billion bits of paper and 1 billion people in the civil service rubber stamping all sorts of stuff. And that can be frustrating. So those are the two biggest issues. I think the other issue that is common to all emerging markets, and is the same as in, say, China or Southeast Asia, is getting good people with the training and the skill base you require for these businesses. People are very smart. They learn fast. They're very, very good. But often the mindset is not there. The training is not there. And that's particularly true in the service industry. Asian culture is famously friendly and nice and empathetic, but sometimes they don't like to serve, and for hospitality, for hotels, or even for F&B, that can be a problem.